In this video, I'm going to talk about data inspection using Excel. Once the raw data are extracted from the database, we need to review and inspect the dataset to assess data quality of the dataset. We first visually check the data, and you can see that there are some empty cells. And then we count and sort the data to verify that the dataset is complete or not. If not complete, then data may have missing values. And sorting helps us to review the range of values for each variable. So in this video, I will use dataset from the company Balance Gig. So the gig employees work for short term, often on a particular project. A manager at this company suspects that the dataset about gig employees is incomplete. So she would like to know the missing values for hourly wage, industry, and job variables. This is our task 1. In addition, she would like to find out the following information. Task 2, the number of employees who worked in automotive industry. Task 3, the number of employees earned more than $30 per hour. Task 4, the number of employees who worked in automotive industry and earned more than $30 per hour. Task 5, the hourly wage of lowest and highest paid employees at the company as a whole. And Task 6, the hourly wage of lowest and highest paid accountants in automotive and the tech industries. Let's start doing the first one. So to count the data, we will use count function and count a function. Count function counts the number of cells that contain numeric values. So if you have a string values like industry and job columns, you cannot use count. The count a function counts the number of cells that are not empty and is applicable to all types of data. So we can use count a for industry and job as well as hourly wage too. Let's start with the count function and count the number of hourly wage observations. So we write equal sign here and then write count. And as you see, we need to first choose data range that we want to count. So it starts from B2 until to the end of the data we have. And then close the parentheses. And now when you check, we have 604 observations. That means in hourly wage, we don't have any missing values. Now we are going to do the same thing for industry, and we will use the count a function. Open the parentheses and select the data and close the parentheses. You'll see that we have 594 observations. That means we have 10 missing values. And now finally we will do the same thing for job, count a, and we will select the data. And now we find out that we have 588 observations. That means we have 16 missing values for job. Now we complete task 1. Now we will do task 2. For task 2, we will find out the number of employees who worked in automotive industry. To count the number of employees in each industry, we use COUNTIF function. So entering COUNTIF and open the parentheses. As you see, first you need to enter the range and then criteria. Since we want the number of employees who worked in automotive industry, we are going to select the industry column. And then now we need to enter the criteria. Always criteria are in quotation mark, so open quotation mark, and then we expect that it's automotive industry, and then close the parentheses and enter. Now as you see, we have 190 observations in automotive industry. Now that completes task 2. For task 3, we are looking for the number of employees earned more than $30 per hour. Again, we are going to use COUNTIF. And this time we will choose hourly wage because now our criteria is hourly wage. So select hourly wage column. And now we need to enter the criteria. Our criteria should be in quotation mark. And we know that it should be greater than 30. Close the quotation mark and close the parentheses and enter. So we have 536 observations that have wages more than $30 per hour. So that completes task 3. For task 4, we are looking at the number of employees who worked in automotive industry and earned more than $30. To count the number of employees with multiple selection criteria, we use COUNTIFs. So COUNTIFs with S at the end, open the parentheses. Now the first selection is automotive industry, so we will select the industry column and then comma, and now we need to enter the first criteria. In our case it's automotive, and close the quotation mark, and then we need to enter the second range, which we are looking for more than $30 an hour, so we need to select hourly wage. Select hourly wage column. And now we need to enter our second criteria in quotation mark greater than 30. And close the parentheses and enter. So as you see, we have 181 cases that are both in automotive industry and earn more than $30 an hour. So that completes task 4. Now we come to task 5. We want to know the hourly wage of lowest and highest paid employees at the company as a whole. So to do this, we are going to use sort function, but first we are going to select the data, that means all columns and all observations that we have. And after we highlight the data we have, we go to data function and then click sort. So make sure that my data has headers is checked, because as you see the first column is our header. And then select hourly wage for the sort by hourly wage, and we want from smallest to largest or ascending, and click OK. So as you see that the minimum or the lowest amount that is earned is $24.28. To find the highest, go to data, sort, this time choose from largest to smallest, and you will find out that the highest paid wage is $51. Now that completes task 5. Now for task 6, we want to know the hourly wage of lowest and highest paid accountants in automotive and the tech industries. So let's do the automotive first. We are going to again use sort function, but to use sort function we need to highlight our data and then sort. And now first we will choose industry in the sort by option, and industry is going to be ordered from A to Z. And then we are going to add level. This time, then by part, we are going to add job. And that's ordered by A to Z as well. And finally, we will add hourly wage. And that is smallest to largest. And then click OK. So as you see, we have now automotive industry and accountant. The lowest is given in the second row. You see $28.74 accountant. And if you want to do from highest to lowest, you can go data, sort, and this time choose hourly wage from largest to smallest. And then you will see now the highest wage earned is $49.32 in automotive industry. If we want to look at the hourly wage of lowest and highest paid accountants in tech industries, then what we are going to do is we are going to data sort. This time we will choose industry from Z to A. And then click OK. And you see we find out that the highest paid accountant is $49.49 in tech industry. And we can look at data, sort, and then we can choose hourly wage smallest to largest, and we can see that the lowest wage in tech industry for an accountant is $36.13. So that completes task 6.